So, my name is Dr. Vyanil Kumar, Assistant Professor of Zoology. So, today I want to take that is Herdmania, which is there in second semester. This Herdmania is before going to type study, to study the type study. Before we have to see the classification of this Herdmania, the phylum Chordata. Subphylum is Urochordata, or it is also called Tunicata. So, class is Acidiacea. This is class is Acidiacea, and order is Pleurogona. Order is Pleurogona, and genus is Herdmania. Species is Pallida. So here the Herdmania is also called Ascidian. So it is commonly called sea squirts, and or it is also called sea potato, and this Ascidian, it is living in marine water, and it is living in Indian seas, and it is always living like a sedentary mode of life, and it always lives at one place, but is Ascidian tadpole larva. It is a free swimming larva, and it undergoes retrogressive metamorphosis, and it undergoes retrogressive metamorphosis, this free swimming larva, and here this Herdmania, the external characters we will see now. It is a purse-like and a potato. It is purse-like and potato, and 10 centimeters long, and 6 centimeters broad, and it is attached to the substratum by foot. So, and here it is attached to the substratum by foot, and at the free end there are two openings. Here there are two openings, which are terminal mouth, or it is branchial aperture, and atrial aperture or clavicle aperture, and both apertures are bounded by four lips. So there are these two openings are present on the terminal end. So these are branchial aperture and clavicle aperture. So these apertures are bounded by four lips, and water will be enters through the terminal mouth and comes out, which is atrial aperture. So this is the flowing of water into the body. The body of Ascidian is enclosed by a test, which is made up of cellulose, like that is tunicin. The tunicin, which is covering the body, the tunicin, which is a cellulose like substance, and which is covering the body. So that's why these are included under tunicata. So test is compound of gelatinous matrix, and matrix contains many cells. So which is matrix contains many cells, and blood vessels and spicules are also present, and cells in the matrix, and amoeboid cells, eosinophilous cells, and vacuolated cells, and granular cells, nerve cells, and fibrous. So here it is, the granular cells nerve cells, fibers, these are the cells which are present in the body, and the matrix of this ascidian contain branching of blood vessels, and below the surface they end knob like, it is called ampulla. This ampulla is functions, it is in respiration, it is involved in respiration, and spicules in this matrix, there are two types of spicules are present in the test, matrix of test, and these spicules are microscleres and megascleres. So microscleres are very small size knob at the end, and these megascleres are large size and other end, and this is the important thing, and spindle shape and pipette shape, and the megascleres are spindle shape. The size, the shape of the spicule, it is spindle shape, it is just like pipette shape, and the functions of the test mainly in the artemia, it gives protection, it gives protection, and it is involved in the respiration and sensation, rigidity. So these are the functions of the test. So now we will see the reproductive system of this ascidian. So ascidia, it is a hermaphrodite. So both male and female sexual organs are present in the same individual. So these are hermaphrodite, and two gonads are present in the intestinal loop, and this protogamy and cross fertilization and external fertilization. So zygote is formed. So this is the very important thing, and holoblastic determinate cleavage will be occurs in this body, in this animal. The cleavage is holoblastic determinate cleavage. So here the fertilization, after fertilization zygote will be formed. The zygote, it is gradually develops into blastula, and this blastula undergoes invagination and it is converted into gastrula. Now gastrula, it becomes into tadpole larva. Now this fertilized egg gives rise to free swimming tadpole larva about 8 hours after fertilization. So this larva similar to the tadpole larva of frog. So that's why we call it as a ascidian tadpole larva. So ascidian tadpole larva structure. Now we will discuss in the life history of ascidian. The ascidian tadpole larva, it is a uh, free swimming larva. It is looking like a tadpole. And ascidian tadpole, it is a marine, free swimming, planktonic, and it lives for only 3 hours. It lives for only 3 hours, and it does not feed during its lifetime. Does not feed during its lifetime, and it looks like a frog. It looks like a frog, and a tadpole having length of 1.5 millimeters. The body is transparent and it is covered by a thin test, and the body is consists of anterior trunk and a posterior tail. So the anterior end of the trunk has three suckers like structures called adhesive papilla. So these adhesive papillas are present at the anterior end of the trunk. So this is the main important thing. And the tail is also encircled by a tail fin. It is used for locomotion. And in this animal, this in tadpole larva, the notochord is also located throughout the length of the tail, and it is absent in the trunk. So that's why it is included under Urochordata. So above the notochord, the tubular nerve cord is also present. So the anterior end of the nerve cord is extend to the trunk. So the anterior part of the nerve cord becomes expanded to form the brain. So the brain has three regions, namely an anterior cerebral cone and middle cerebral vesicles and posterior visceral ganglion. So these are the three parts are present in the nerve cord, and the cerebral vesicle encloses and oocyst and two ocelli. So the larva as elementary canal is composed of mouth, buccal cavity, and pharynx. So here the cerebral vesicle is encloses an oocyst and two ocelli, and the larva has an elementary canal composed of a mouth and buccal cavity, pharynx, and esophagus, stomach, intestine, rectum, and anus. All these parts are formed in the larva. So the mouth, which is does not open to the outside, but it is closed by the test. So this is the main important thing. Here it is, and the pharynx, which is contains six pairs of gill slits, and which open into the atrium. So an atrium, it is present around the pharynx. It is opens outside by the dorsal atrial aperture, and a heart enclosed by the pericardium is located on the ventral side of the pharynx. So this is the here. So mainly heart is enclosed by a pericardium is located on the ventral side of the pharynx. So this is a important thing of this structure of tadpole larva, and here now we will see the most important phenomena is going on, that is retrogressive metamorphosis in in the ascidian. So the retrogressive metamorphosis, the larva is possessed advanced characters which are uh, lost during the development, and the adult is either sedentary or degenerated with primitive characters. So that is the important feature of the retrogressive metamorphosis. So in this metamorphosis is it lost is developed characters. So the larva, it becomes geopositive and it is photonegative, and The tail it is completely lost in this the caudal fin muscle bands notochord and the nerve cord in the tail region are also completely lost. So that is the important thing. The dorsal tuberal nerve cord with the brain is reduced to nerve ganglia. So here, which is the important thing, the dorsal tubular nerve cord it is brain and reduced to nerve ganglia. So the sense organ, the ocelli and the otolith are also completely lost. And the region between adhesive papilla and the mouth grows rapidly while the opposite region becomes degenerated. As a result, the body is rotated through 180 degrees. The mouth and the atrial aperture are moves upward and the intestine becomes into U shape. So this is the um, retrogressive metamorphosis is process is going on, and the mouth is open and the pharynx and the atrium becomes large, and numerous gill slits are formed and the alimentary canal becomes perfect. So and the adhesive papillas are also lost gradually, and the four ectodermal ampulla are formed to anchor the animal to the substratum. So this is about important thing, and the test is increases in thickness and it forms a foot, and heart and circulatory system are developed. The gonads are developed gradually. The adult becomes sedentary. It becomes sedentary. It free swimming larva is gradually whenever it becomes adult, it becomes into sedentary habit. So in the life history of Acidia, the important larval characters are notochord and dorsal tubular nerve cord, sense organs, and free swimming life are reduced totally. The free swimming larvae with essential chordate characters are converted into degenerate, and it becomes into sedentary adult. So this is the degeneration in the life history is known as retrogressive metamorphosis. So this is about the retrogressive metamorphosis. So what is the importance of the retrogressive metamorphosis is going on? What is the significance? In the absence of Ascidian tadpole larva, Ascidia might have been placed in the invertebrates. Actually, the larva has important chordate characters like notochord, dorsal tubular nerve cord. Thus, the larva proves that Ascidia is a chordate. So, the free swimming larva is very important in the dispersal of the species. So the life history provides an excellent example for retrogressive metamorphosis. So this is the important characteristic feature of the uh, the Ascidian life cycle. So this is about the Ascidian type study. Thank you.